You guys, you know me. You know me. I am trying to be as sympathetic as I can, but also real when it comes to some of these social and political discussions. But one thing that irks me is when people want to continuously push irrationality. So, going into this debate with somebody on Twitter, and I make the point that, hey, trans men, biological men that live as women, aka trans women, um, they can't have periods. They don't have periods. They don't have the plumbing to have periods, right? So obviously, there's always that somebody who's on the bandwagon of ignorance, right? And he sends me a article from medicinenewstoday.com, right? And in this article, right, they say right off bat, how do trans women experience PMS like symptoms, right? And they say anecdotal evidence suggests that transgender women experience PMS or PMDD like symptoms at the same time each month. However, researchers have not studied this area of transgender health, right? They haven't studied it, but they already know the biological answer to this, but they can't in America, they can't for some reason have a biological answer to the obvious, right? They don't have the plumbing to remotely have PMS like symptoms. And so when they go down the list, it says the Office of Women's Health note that these symptoms can include irritability, tiredness, sleeping too much or too little, appetite changes, anxiety, rapid mood changes, and changes in mood, loss of interest in sex. Now, first of all, most women that I know are hungrier and hornier on their period. I mean, it's just like I don't know any woman that just don't want to, like, even though they know they can't. Many women don't have sex on their period. Many of them tend to be hungrier. That means that we kind of eat a little bit worse than normal, and hornier. And so with these men, essentially biological men who are living as women, are feeling are their hormones. The hormones that you are taking to emulate trying to be a woman, right? You don't have the plumbing system to even have a cycle, a menstrual cycle, because you don't have an egg that is expelling from your body that has not been fertilized by a man leave your body every month. That is what the menstrual cycle is. And any creditable and sane doctor, psychologist would tell you that you do not have the plumbing system, the same one as biological women, to even remotely think that you are experiencing a menstrual cycle, because you can't have children. You will never have children. You don't have the plumbing to have children. You have the simulation of women hormones, and if you got bottom surgery, you have the simulation of a woman genitalia part. But other than that, there is nothing about you that is woman outside of your perception of yourself, your appearance. The hormones that you are emulating aren't even there. They probably are close to female hormones, but they're still probably off because they're man-made. So that is just to say that this is absurd on all levels for any professional with a true scientific background to convince a man that is living as a woman, aka a trans woman, that he is experiencing menstrual cycles. He is not expelling an egg every month, an unfertilized egg every month, that a real man that actually like biological women has inserted his penis up inside and shot up the club and made her pregnant. because most women, more times than not, will stop having the menstrual cycle once they are pregnant, right? Because he shot the club up and somebody, one of his little soldiers, got to the finish line and got her ass pregnant. I mean, I don't understand what they are teaching people these days, but this is not how human biology works. This is just beyond absurd. And this is what people are losing money for and they're being censored for. Like, literally, this is like the Anheuser-Busch effect, where you think people are so dumb that they're just going to bite the bait on every single thing just to make somebody feel better, all the while discrediting their real feelings. Every time I'm on my menstrual cycle these days, it's like I almost got to stay off the internet because I don't even want to be able to see some man talking about I had just had a period. It's just like, are you serious? You obviously are off and uneducated and misinformed. When you want to talk about misinformation, let's talk about the misinformation of human biology. Let's talk about the misinformation and manipulation that these people are pushing out about human biology. Because if any professional is telling a man that is living as a woman that he is experiencing PMS or menstrual-like symptoms, they are straight up lying to that person. They are manipulating their person. They are, to me, that is a form of medical manipulation and maybe even malpractice, right? On a psychological level. Because it's like, why would you convince somebody of something that is clearly not true? They don't have an egg to expel to even remotely feel PMS. That's not something that's attached to taking estrogen. What kind of scientists and doctors are these, for real? Let's be honest.